It doesn't matter how old or young you are. We all reach a point where our bodies just start to change, especially for those who have had a child. So tonight we are once again talking about pelvic floor pain because it's a very common medical issue that goes overlooked for a lot of people. So I wanted to share real stories of women who have given birth because women's health, it's not talked about enough. So you're about to meet a mom who is an occupational therapist. She suffered from pelvic pain during her pregnancy and wants women to know that this is treatable and you don't have to suffer in pain or be embarrassed.
Been a practicing occupational therapist for 15 years, and the majority of that time was spent in skilled nursing. And then after having my own children, then I made the switch to women's health, to pelvic health. It kind of fell into my lap, really, in a way. I had been interested in postpartum care and birthing and women's health since the birth of my daughter, my first child, and just realizing the void in care that I experienced. Not feeling like my needs had really been met, and not even being sure like what those needs were, and not knowing, it just feels like totally vague and formless. And you had a baby and now everyone cares about the baby, and you're like, oh yeah, you're there too, right? It doesn't feel like the same level of care that you get when you're pregnant is present after birth. At least it didn't for me. So I definitely had some pain during pregnancy. I had pubic symphysis disorder, which is when the front of your pelvis shifts a little bit, which can be very uncomfortable. It can make walking painful, standing on one leg painful. So you're trying to put on your pants, trying to put on your shoes. You just get this like sharp pain in the front of your pelvis. So I had that in both pregnancies and didn't know that it's normal, but it's something that is definitely treatable and you don't have to suffer with. And I just thought, oh, pregnancy, aches and pains, like this is normal. I completely wish that I had gone to a pelvic floor therapist to figure out the pain issues during pregnancy. I think sometimes the emotional impact of labor and delivery is something that we kind of underestimate. Every birth is different, so you can't really ever anticipate what's going to happen. There's an emotional component to it and a psychological component to it that I think can sometimes be undervalued or underaddressed as well. I think is really important too, that everybody understands there's no gold medal for having a baby a certain way, right? You have a baby vaginally, you have a baby by C-section, you have it with medication, without medication. There's no easy way to have a baby, and there's no best way to have a baby except what's best for an individual person. Everybody has different life experiences coming into it, and therefore they have different needs. And I think it's important that we hold space for all those different options and not, make this image of, what's the right way to have a baby or what's a perfect birth. You just have to, do the best you can and then have a little grace for yourself that whatever it was, you did it and you made it through.
And I do want to say a quick thank you to the moms that I spoke with. Hopefully other moms see this and know that they're not alone either. But if you do feel like you have a pelvic floor disorder, make sure that you contact your healthcare provider so you can get the health care that you need. Now, tomorrow we will continue our women's health series and you'll hear from Hinge Health. They are a healthcare group that is really focused on offering access to pelvic floor therapy care specifically. And I sat down with them because recently they launched a digital program that focused specifically on this type of treatment. So I wanted to talk about pelvic floor therapy because this is not a fringe issue. It impacts 1 in 4 women. 1 in 4 women. So you probably know someone who's suffering from this. Hinge Health says on average, it takes a woman 6.5 years to seek care because they are led to believe that what they're feeling is normal. So we'll have more coming up tomorrow.